Welcome to another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmit. In this episode, I will decode a work of art. This work of art is something owned by a relative of mine, and I have the work of art now. I have decoded. Actually, let me just say the truth. It's from my dad. This work of art is from my dad. And I grew up with this artifact in the home. And of course, I never knew what it was about. I don't think much about stuff. But I always found it interesting that someone chose this object because they know the value of art. And that wasn't my father. It was the hybrid wife that he married. So that was my stepmother. So let's analyze this, okay? First of all, where is this work of art from? It is from Panama. What does this piece look like? What do you think it is? It's a monster. It shows some kind of monster. What is the decoding? What do you see in the stomach area? You see little pegs. Little pegs. How many pegs are there? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, boys and girls. 6 pegs within the torso of this monster. What else do you see in this picture, boys and girls? Look at the face of this monster, boys and girls. Where is the face, boys and girls? Oh, I see a nose, 2 eyes. I see a mouth. Boys and girls, look closer. How many faces do you see? Do you see more than one face? Boys and girls, if you look closer, you will see 2 faces. There are 2 faces that make up the component of the main head of this monster. What is on top of the head of the monster? Well, let's back up. The 2 faces, the lower face, boys and girls, looks like the eyes are closed. And you know what? That's significant too, because I am not pre-recording. This is not pre-scripted. I just decided that this is a very powerful commentary that I can make that is directly related to what Bobby Hemmit explains about melanin. And it's very awesome. And there is not anybody else that would ever decode this art in this way, because they are not conscious and they are not on the Bobby Hemmit frequency. They would just say, oh, this is some indigenous art from somebody and you know, it's just a monster. But I know what the artist is depicting. Anyway, let's go back to our deductive reasoning. Or actually my deductive questions for you to consider. You have the bottom face and his eyes are closed. It looks like his eyes are closed. So what could that mean? Then you have the top of the face, another face on top of that, his eyes are open. And then above that, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 other monster heads coming out from the top of the head. What is that representing, boys and girls? It's representing the ancestors, boys and girls. It's representing your forefathers, your predecessors. Boys and girls. Boys and girls, what animal do you see on the motif here? Oh, I see snakes. Boys and girls, what does that represent? According to Uncle Bobby's research, it represents Kundalini energy. What is Kundalini energy? That's some little multi-syllable word. What does it mean? Well, teacher, it's a cover-up for melanin. It's a cover-up for soot. It's a cover-up for soot, Satan, Shah. It's a cover-up for the triple blackness of outer space, which is melanin, and the creative energy of the universe. That is a composite inside of you. It's a composite of all elements inside of you. And it has a spiritual force that is not known to the average man and woman that is under bondage and slavery and a blanket of white lies and white supremacy. But if you become conscious and you are on the Bobby Hemmit frequency, you have another paradigm of what truth is. And because Bobby Hemmit had access to the gnosis and to the scholarship and to the papyrus that was hidden by the beast, and he is the one of the messiahs that broke the code to understand this, and that was sent to investigate ancient knowledge and sacrifice his own life and sacrifice his own desires the knowledge can be passed on to us. But let us continue talking about the work of our boys and girls. Okay, we still have time. Okay, so boys and girls, we talked about the heads. We talked about, there's the head. There's the ancestors. There's all kinds of snakes all over representing the melanin energy. And the cover-up word for that is Kundalini. They just made up that word. It's a bullshit word. It's melanin. It's melanin. It is the power of Soot, Satan, Shah. Just like you have those MFers. What is it? Temple Shaddai? Anyway. You have those. Anyway, I'll take a picture of them because I can't remember their name right now. I can't remember the Shriner motherfuckers. Shriners. They're using the word Shaddai, I think. I can't remember why I can't remember the name. But anyway, boys and girls, how many tubes are inside the monster's stomach? In the white part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, teacher, 6. Boys and girls, how many pieces are in one tube? 2, teacher, 2. Boys and girls, how many parts are in the stomach now? Count it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, teacher. There are 12. Boys and girls, what does that 12 represent? Our chakras, our major chakras, the major body centers. Teacher, that's what that 12 represents. That's right, boys and girls. Now let's look at it another way, boys and girls. Forget about the pieces now, boys and girls. Oh, actually, no. Count the pieces again, boys and girls, but count them separate. On the left side, how many pieces do you have? 6, teacher. On the right, how many pieces do you have? The left and the right, how many pieces are on each one of those? 6, teacher. Boys and girls, do you see those little things that look like candy canes? How many pieces are there in all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, teacher, 6. Boys and girls, put that formula together. And what is the number that you see? 6, 6, 6. Oh, teacher, we see 666. Boys and girls, what does 666 represent? I know, teacher. It represents it's the frequency number for black. That's what 666 is. It's the light frequency color number for black, teacher. That's right. You were right. So within this monster, we have the number 666. How amazing is that? It's not amazing, teacher, because this is showing the indigenous black Panamanian. That's what this is showing, teacher. It's not a monster at all. It's just showing power, because that's what Uncle Bobby has said to us. Uncle Bobby Hemmit has said that to us. The melanin, when you see a monster in a movie, it is representing your melanin power of destruction. Monsters usually come to destroy, right, teacher? Let me think about that. Usually monsters do destroy. And usually monsters are a power that is undefinable. Can you define this work of art? No, teacher. I can only say this thing is a monster. But I know it's a good monster, and it's talking about my melanin. That's right, boys and girls. And that is the lesson for today. But can we see anything else in there to decode? Well, the monster is holding a staff. He's holding a staff of some sort, a very intricate staff. What do you think that means, boys and girls? Well, teacher, because melanin is natural and melanin is cosmic, it's showing his connection to the earth, teacher, because a staff is obviously touching the earth, teacher. So it's grounding him to the earth. It's showing his connection to the earth. And, you know, what about those little curly things? Well, teacher, those little curly things are just like the curly canes in his stomach area. So they represent something like L energy. It represents the God energy, like electricity, because that's something that's coming out from the staffs that he's holding. Well done, boys and girls. Well done. We have decoded this work of art, and this work of art is magnificent. And remember, the letter M represents melanin, and it represents the number 13, which is your power number, boys and girls, because that number 13 is the 13th chakra that connects you to the universe and the cosmos. Oh, we're glad to know that, teacher. And boys and girls, that ends another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmit.